guys, hello everybody. Good day guys, and welcome to today on Princess Anu TV. In today's edition guys, we are going to be talking about the cadet program, the pilot cadet program. And sorry, you can see red on my lips. I just finished drinking Fanta. So that you don't begin to think okay, what did she just take? Well, that's by the way. So if you're new here, anyways, this Princess Anu TV, we talk about aviation, motivation, and adventure. And if you've not subscribed, do me a favor, click on the subscribe button and click on the bell so that you don't miss anything on this channel. And also we do live streams every day by 5 p.m. Nigerian time, so make sure you set your alarm 5 p.m. Nigerian time. You're going to be seeing me on this channel. And like I said, today we are going to be talking about the pilot cadet program. The pilot cadet program. Hi Aminu, welcome on board. The pilot cadet program is a very important way of getting into flight school, getting a job. In fact, it's one of the quickest ways you can actually get a job in aviation, or get a job as a pilot. Let me use that word, get a job as a pilot. And so that's one of the reasons why we're going to be discussing about this. Also, I listed some things here, some things we are going to be treating. I'm going to be listing, hi Olumide, welcome. I'm going to be listing some schools for you. FNG Tampico, welcome. Guys, don't forget, give this video a thumbs up, very important. If you have any questions, you can start leaving them before the end of the video. We're going to be treating them. We're going to be treating what this pilot cadet program is all about. Hi, my inspiration, my dream also to become a pilot. Garnish, welcome. First time I'm seeing this here. Go far, yeah, we are back, like fully back. Thank you so much, guys. We're also going to be treating why these cadet programs exist, and also how to get into a cadet program. I'm going to be telling you most of the ways how it's done, like outside this country, and also how it's done in this country. If there are some cadet programs and all that we have in Nigeria, we're going to be treating that today. So firstly, there are a lot of companies, airlines. In fact, I had a screenshot of them. Sheg, welcome. I had a screenshot of a lot of them that actually do cadet programs. But if I can just think of some in my head, like in India, Air Indigo does cadet programs, Qatar Airways does cadet programs, Emirates, they do cadet programs, Dragon Air, they do cadet programs. There are a lot, guys, and I'm still going to try to list them. If I can remember more in the course of this video, I'm going to try to list them. You're right, DJ Asoma, welcome. First time seeing your name here. Anyways, like you said, for a truth, a good pilot is always learning. So let's start from the first thing I said. I kind of like listed today of some of the things we're going to be talking about. What is a cadet program? Now, a cadet program is a kind of program that the airlines and a particular flight school come together to like recruit pilots that are going to be like flocking in to the airline time by time. Now, let me put it in layman terms. An airline actually needs a lot of persons, like a lot of pilots to fly for them, and they want to make sure that these pilots are properly trained. Hi, actually new, welcome. They want to make sure that those pilots are properly trained, and so they look for a flight school, go through the policies and everything that this flight school do, go through their standards and everything, and make sure that this flight school is actually a standard kind of flight school, and they partner with them. Always keep the blue side, thank you so much. And they partner with them to now get pilots that will come into their airline. So a flight school, this is a flight school, this is an airline comes, partners with a flight school to be able to recruit pilots. This flight school trains pilots, and now in turn this airline begins to take these pilots that this flight school has trained. Hi Kerry Roots, welcome. Olumide Gordon, yeah, but most of them are actually most for the indigens. Yes, I'm also going to talk about that. Shego, for the medical exams in NCAT, can a person be disqualified by being underweight? We are going to be talking about that just before the end of this video. Okay, now guys, I was talking about the cadet program, how the whole thing works. So two persons are kind of partnering, getting persons that want to do flying, and they come together and, you know, this one gains, this other person gains. So that's actually why the cadet program exists. Now, the second question is, why do airlines even want to think of even going for this cadet program? It's kind of better for them because they don't want to think of, okay, where are we going to get pilots if we need, because people are coming into the company, people are retiring, other pilots are coming and going, so they want to be sure that if they pay for your flight training, you can stay with them for the next 8 years, you can stay with them for the next 10 years, you can stay with them for the next 5 years. So they are sure that if they train you, you will definitely stay with them for this period of time. So I hope you guys are following. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. So it's like a shorty for them, that they're going to take you from where you are, probably if you have the money, or if you don't have the money, they're going to take you from where you are, train you. This school is going to train you, and they're going to be like, you using your labor because they paid for your services, they paid for your training. So in turn, they're going to use you. Am I using the right word, use you? I don't think that's the right word. You're going to work for them for some number of years. Most of the time, there's always a bond. They maybe tell you, okay, you're going to pay us back some bunch of our money, or you're going to work with us for the next 3 years or 4 years or 5 years before we can let you go to any other company. So that's basically why they exist. Now, how do you actually get into a cadet program? How do you get into a cadet program? The first thing is that you have to apply. You don't apply to a flight school to get into a cadet program. That's not how it's done. You apply to an airline that runs a cadet program. And just like someone said now, let me quickly check who said that. Okay, Olumide just said now that it's mainly for indigents. That's how they do to encourage their persons. It's just like now, if we had a national carrier in Nigeria, and since we have a national carrier, let me just assume we had a national carrier in Nigeria, and now a Nigerian airline wants to run a cadet program for them to be able to get, they will want to hire Nigerians. They will not want to look at other persons from other countries, because they feel that it's also a way to help their own country like move forward. So you don't expect a Kenyan, how will I put it now, maybe Kenya Airways or Qatar Airways, or maybe Cathay Pacific, to like Jetray to be a super late, to like employ, like most of the time is, I want you to consider that some of these things are reasonable. The reason why they do them actually makes sense, because they want to grow their persons, they want to grow their country. So when they want to take pilots for the cadet program, most of the time they go to look for their indigents. So they train their indigents, but that doesn't mean they don't train other persons. So it all depends. And now the first step, like I said, you apply to the airline. When you apply to the airline takes those people that had applied and send them to the flight school, for the flight school to look through them, assess them, like evaluate these people. So you're going to be also doing an evaluation exam. What am I trying to say? No matter how you want to do it, you're not going to run away from an evaluation exam that the company or the flight school is going to be examining you, like, to be sure you can even be a pilot material. It doesn't matter if the money is coming from here, the money is coming from you, the money is coming from anybody. They just want to be sure that you can actually fit into that category. DJ, what airline company do offer such opportunity? I just listed some before we started. I listed some I could remember. Air Indigo, that's in India, Cathay, Dragon Airways, Cathay, Emirates. There are a lot, because I checked them online before coming on board to you guys, because you know people have been asking me that question a lot. Thank you very much. British Airways, Delta Airways. No, you're welcome. Delta Airways. In US, you have like a few, up to like 10 or so that do that. In Africa, I think I just saw 2 for Africa currently, but I'm going to be adding some for you later on in this video. I only saw Kenya Airways actually do they do cadet program. I also saw that South Africa Airways also do cadet program, but also in Nigeria I've seen some persons that also do cadet programs. Like for instance, I've seen some persons in NCAT that are cadets, as per they are the school trains them, they don't pay money, the school trains them, and after training them they work for the school. So even as much as you can't see these things online, they are happening. I don't know if you get me. Like, these things are actually happening. It's not only about the ones you see online. What am I trying to say? Don't just wait to hear that this airline is actually taking cadets, or this airline is waiting. You can also make a first move to say, okay, I really wanted to do this. I have my degree, I have this, I have that, I have something to like offer value, and I also want to become a pilot. Can you? Because I've also heard like hearsay anyways, and I know it's true, but it's not an official information. I know some airlines in Nigeria also that are training persons, like, okay, go for this cabin crew course, okay, go for this flying course, and they train you, they pay your whole tuition fee, and obviously after paying your whole tuition fee, you're coming back to work for them. So it's one of the quickest ways you can even get a pilot job, especially in a period like this, because like, you know, everybody's saying everything is unstable. No matter how unstable things are, a company that has trained you with their hard-earned money will not just want to lay you off like that, because they know that if they lay you off like that, it's going to be a benefit to you than even to them, because they spent millions of dollars training you. I don't know if you get that. They've spent thousands, they spent millions of naira and all that to train you. So they're not just going to lay you off like that. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's one of the best ways to actually get a job, and also like keep your job no matter what's happening in the country, and no matter what's happening like around the aviation industry and wherever. So guys, let's go back to how you can get this. So like I said, this flying school is going to assess you. The flying school, they're going to take you through their own evaluation exams. And I think there was a time too I heard that NCAT was doing that. If you know, like, I know that Kaduna State has actually sponsored some persons, but when we're talking about sponsorship, it's kind of like different from talking about a cadet program. You know why? Why I'm saying a sponsorship is kind of different from a cadet program is because a cadet program is that you're going to an airline the moment you're done with flight school. But a sponsorship, somebody can sponsor you and the person might not have a place to place you. So even if someone pays for your flight training fees, that doesn't mean the person has an airline to like fit you into that airline. So I hope you're getting the differences. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Actually, you know, what airline are you going to work after flights? Well, I don't know yet. That's going to come like along the line. Thank you so much anyways for asking. Okay, I don't know yet, like sincerely, but I know that's going to come like along the line. Then another thing on how to get, will your I think it's kind of different in the sense that if they want you to pay for it, like most of the time they tell you that okay, maybe they're going to remove a certain percentage of your salary from because of the money that they paid for your training, or they can tell you you have to work with them for so amount. Guys, I'm so sorry for that break. So I was saying, someone asked about salaries, that if your salary is going to be lower when Fidelis, welcome, if your salary is going to be lower if you actually join a cadet program. Now this is it. It depends on the contract. It depends on what the contract says, because for every cadet program there's a contract. Is either a contract that you have to work with us for 5 years, they're not going to deduct anything from your salary, or maybe 10 years. Everything is going to be written on the contract. They're not going to give you, maybe tell you something now, then later on when you come to work with them, they're going to change their mind. No, that's not how it's going to work. Anything they tell you later on is still the same process, because you have a document and they also have a document, so everything is going to be the same. Everything is going to work out like the same. We had a question, who not ever, you want to put me into trouble. I'm trying not to fall for that trap. Anyways, okay guys, let's continue. Where did I stop? How to get into a cadet program. So when this school actually takes you, and don't forget guys, I gave a difference between the scholarship and the cadet program. When the school later picks you, they train you based on the way the airline actually wants you to be trained. Like there are some airlines that the moment you start working, like you start training, they're going to be training you and rating you on that aircraft you're going to be flying with them. Let me give you an instance. Maybe that airline is flying like an Airbus 320 or an Airbus 380 or whatever maybe a Boeing 737 or 777, any aircraft they are flying, they are going to make sure that the school that they are training you has that simulator. And so as you're doing your regular training, the moment you're doing it, when you get close to your CPL phase, they are going to take you for ratings on that aircraft. So the moment you're coming out, you're not waiting to go for ratings somewhere else. You're going straight into the airline to start working for them. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say, because it's not a case where they say, just like in Nigeria now, you do it, then later you go and rate somewhere else. No, for a cadet program, they make sure that the school they're training you has everything in place, so that the moment you're leaving from that place, you're coming straight. And you see, most of the schools also that do this cadet program, or most of these airlines, sorry, that do this cadet program, they have their own school. Like Emirates has its own aviation school, it has its own flight school. Qatar too, like they partner with some other flight schools to do this. So these are some things you have to consider anyways when applying. I remember applying one time for aeronautic engineering in Emirates, and what actually threw me away, I think it was the school fees. The years were actually less than what we have in Nigeria, but the school fees was kind of like high. Muhammad Farouk, okay, do pilots have pension? Yes, pilots have pension with some kind of airlines. There are some airlines that have, I don't know, sorry guys that we're digressing, we're going to come back into this, but I just feel we should answer this question. It's very, very important. There are some airlines that have a good, what word am I going to be using? A good staff welfare. Yeah, I think it's going to be categorized under staff welfare, that they know how to take care of their staffs very well. And so from your salary from the onset, they are going to be deducting a certain amount of money for your pension. They are also going to be taking care of your kids. They are going to be taking care of your medicals. They're going to be taking care of your housing. There are some airlines that are that good, like they are doing greatly, and that's why they'll still stand out till tomorrow. Because these airlines don't just consider themselves. These airlines, hi Abayami, welcome. Edo Timothy, welcome guys. Like, they also consider your own welfare, the welfare of their staffs. Like, okay, if after now this guy stops working or this lady stops working, is it possible that this person can survive on his own or on her own? So they consider these things. But there are some airlines that the moment you're leaving them, that's all, you don't have anything. So some actually have pensions, some do not have that. So it all depends on the kind of airline. That's why when you see some people rushing to work with some kind of airlines, they know what they are looking for. It's not just about name. Sometimes these airlines, they have name and they also have a class, in a sense that they take care of their staffs, like they do standard. They are taking their time. Come on guys, because there was a time I was looking at, okay, let me call one of these airlines. There was a time I was looking at this Emirates recruitment and some of the benefits you have to gain from working with Emirates and all that. And I got to discover that they take care of your children's education generally, like they pay their school fees based on what I saw anyways when I was checking out. And they also take care of their medicals, they give you housing, they give you basic amenities. Imagine flying and you don't have to think of, oh, what kind of school is my child going to go to? School fees, you're not thinking of school fees, you're not thinking of the money to pay for medicals. Maybe if your child should fall sick or something, you are going to focus more on the flying and focus on your health, because you know that it's your health that is going to keep you in the flying and you're going to do well. So it all depends on the kind of company that you find yourself in. The kind of company you find yourself in will actually tell if you're going to receive pension, if you're going to be taken care of, if your family is going to be taken care of. So it all depends on the kind of company you work for. Okay, Fidelis, do you prefer to have a job for your CPL or to gain hours in school? For goodness sake, everybody needs a job, because it's not just about gaining hours. Let it be that you're gaining experience. Gaining experience, though gaining hours sometimes can be equal to experience, but it's different, because when you're gaining hours, you just want to fly to gain the hours. But when you're actually flying on a job, it's seen as you're going from roots to roots, you're meeting people, you're learning new things. It's different. I'm telling you, it's totally different. Because even when you're training and when you're gaining hours, like, come on, these two things sometimes don't add up. They are supposed to add up. Let me be sincere with you. You're supposed to add up, because the hours, why they say you should go gain hours, is because they want you to have a level of experience. They want you to have a level of exposure when you're flying. But sometimes you are so drawn to getting the hours that sometimes Even when you're taxing, you're like, oh my god, let me just take off so that I just like go from here to here, here to here. You go short routes, but you just want the hours. So that's it. Okay, what am I missing out? Ever considered Air Force? Yes, Air Force was actually the first thing I considered even before, like, okay, sticking. I always considered joining the Air Force, and I think about it like, okay, we'll join the Air Force, blah blah, but I actually changed my mind. Maybe I can be talking about that later on, maybe in the future, but I changed my mind. I've actually thought about joining the Air Force before. I don't think I'm going to join again. I don't know, I changed my mind. Yeah, so I've thought about joining the Air Force before. What do you think? What do you do if the airline you work for don't have to pay pension? People are looking for jobs. And if you have an airline that is offering you a job that you know you can receive a pay, all you have to do is to maybe enroll in a pension scheme. Like, you know, there are banks that do pension schemes. So out of your salary, you can plan very well in order to save, to be able to get something good when you retire. So sometimes an airline might not plan for you, but do well to plan for yourself. That's the advice I'm going to be giving you. So even if you find yourself in an airline that do not pay pension, just make sure you save up for yourself. You plan towards your pension, because after the whole said and done, you're going to be stuck with yourself. You're not going to be stuck with any airline. It's still yourself. Will you go for your rating? Yeah, the moment I'm done, like with the ratings I'm doing now, instrument rating, multi-engine rating, I'm definitely going to be going for the ratings for the bigger jets. By God's grace, everything just has to do with money, guys. Don't forget, it's your money that is speaking. Da, na, 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 na. I just gave you my short soap opera. Anyways, if there's a plane crash and the pilot survived, will he be arrested? No, he will not be arrested. That's the short answer I have for that. Guys, let's move over to how you can get into a pilot training. So I've talked about the fact that school will accept you, they will evaluate you, and when you're done, if you finish the training and you complete it successfully, which you actually have to complete successfully, because it's not going to make sense if you go halfway and you stop. So you have to complete it successfully, and so you'll be going straight. I think that's one of the beauties of the cadet program. Seriously, because you don't have to bother yourself in going to look for a job. Whichever company that employs you just takes you on, and you know, you go straight into flying for them. Now guys, there are some things I want to mention. Firstly, before you start looking for a pilot cadet program, or a cadet pilot program, no, that's tautology. Before you start looking for a pilot cadet program, do well to start from your country. Do well to start from your state. Do well to start from the places that are close to you. The reason why I say this is because most countries, they treasure their indigenes. They do citizenship. Like, you must be an Emirati before they can give you an Emirati cadet program, pilot cadet program. You must be an Indian before you can get into an Indigo cadet program. This whole thing depends. So that's why I'm saying the best thing you can do for yourself is to start from where you are before going to another man's country. That doesn't mean other countries, they are not open to cadet programs, but trust me, before they are going to pick, they are also going to pick from their indigenes first before they actually take any other person. That's one. Number two is also, there are also other types of cadet programs that you don't have to be a fresher. The one I just finished talking about, you have to be a fresher in the sense that you don't have to have any hours at all. You just come with your 0 hours and you're in. There are also some cadet programs I've seen, like Fly Dubai. I think I wanted to apply for that, but you need your instrument rating and multi-engine to be able to apply for it. Anyways, there's this Fly Dubai cadet program that you will enroll, and they will train you for 6 months. I think that's what I saw there, if I can remember. Anyways, it's around that. They are going to train you for 6 months, and you must have had your 250 hours. You must have had your instrument rating, multi-engine rating. So indirectly, you would have had your CPL, your commercial pilot license. And so they're going to take you on board. They're going to now train you, rate you. They'll rate you. They'll make sure that you understand the company policies and all that. and you're going to be absorbed to work with them. I've chatted with persons that actually got into this cadet program and it actually worked out fine for them. So if you already have your 250 hours and you're thinking, okay, how fast can I get a job fast? You can think of applying to a place like Fly Dubai. I think I'm not like saying, but I know that these somebody sent me the documents or like I don't know, what am I going to call it now? A flyer when they actually started the Fly Dubai Stuff Cadet program. So it's something you can also check out later. You can check it out like later. Then what else do I have to tell you concerning this cadet program, because it's important. Also, know the kind of sites you are visiting for this cadet program. There are some sites that when you go to, after submitting all your details, you get to discover that this is like is not a cadet program. I don't know how to put it. They just take all your details and they don't offer you anything. So also in the course of searching for sponsorships, scholarships, grants, don't forget, there's nobody that wants to help you that is going to tell you, oh, pay so money into my account, blah blah blah, before we can give you blah or blah. So for a cadet program, obviously nobody's going to tell you to pay any amount of money, so you need to be careful. Anybody that say, oh, we are doing this cadet program, pay so amount of money, you should be sensing fraud. So I just like to say all these things so that you don't fall into the hands of frauds and all that. Okay, so you change going to Air Force, to any Air Force or Nigerian Air Force. Generally, it was Nigerian Air Force I was considering, but for now, that's not in my plan. Okay, do you know airlines in Nigeria that do cadet program? I can't mention any airline that do cadet program because they don't, in quotes, do it officially. So if I say it might look as if, oh, this is official. That's why I'm saying don't wait till you see publications before you can actually say, oh, this person is doing cadet program, oh, this airline is doing. You can go ahead, look for persons that are related to the owners of these airlines and ask questions, and if possible, apply. It's going to save you so much than, you know, just staying on your own. There's no harm. The only thing is that you need to be prepared when they call you for interviews, when they call you for evaluation exams, when they call you to assess you. And nowadays, some states are taking it upon themselves to actually train persons, especially states in Nigeria that are currently having airlines. I know you know what I'm talking about. So look for states that are having airlines currently in Nigeria. Ask questions, apply if possible, and also take advantage of the opportunity when it comes. What am I missing? You are right, even Qatar cadet program, okay. Mother has to be, okay, your mother has to be from Qatar, but here in Nigeria, some airlines offer cadet program like Dana Air, Arik Air. Okay, Mohammed Farouk is telling us that Dana Air and Arik Air actually offers, you can check it out anyways, you can ask questions. I really don't know much about that, so I can't really talk about what I don't know much about. Olumide Gona, I searched up Epic Flight Academy in Florida, but they asked for a fee of $700+, but you said application was free. My application was free. My application was free. I'm going to repeat that. My application was free. I didn't have to pay anything. I think it only got to a phase where you have to pay for where you have to process your documents. They're going to say pay a commitment that, you know, they're going to be the ones to help you process your documents before you can apply for visa, because, you know, leaving the country, you need to show the embassy that this is what you're going for, that's what you're going for, and all that. So where the school you're going for is going to process your documents for you and send to you, that's where you're going to take to the embassy for you to be able to apply. Hi Asukwa, welcome. So if you don't have all those things, definitely they can say they will ask you to pay maybe some amount of money for them to send you those documents that you can take to the embassy, but application is free. When I applied, I didn't pay one dime, and I got my admission letter and I didn't pay anything. Okay, what's cadet program? We talked about it in the beginning part of this video, so you can replay from the beginning part to know everything we talked about, but for short, I'll just like recap a little before we end this live stream. A cadet program is when an airline and a flight school come together for this flight school to train the pilots they want, so that they can have constant flow of pilots. So the airline is going to be paying for your whole tuition fee, and so you don't have to bother. It's kind of like a sponsorship or scholarship, or I don't know which other word to use, or a grant. But the good thing about it is that they pay for you to now come and work for them, for you to like serve them, that kind of a thing. But you're also going to be paid your salary. So it's not a case whereby, okay, when you're coming to work for them, you're not going to be paid your salary. No, it's different. Just that you're going to check your contract. If they say you have to work with us for 5 years, you have to work with us for 6 years, just know that you have to fulfill that before you can actually leave that airline. Hello. Okay, recently Dana Air trained 45 pilots. Wow, like seriously, I never knew about that. Wow, that's nice. Next site, hello Princess. Okay, why didn't you continue with undergoing your flight training in Florida? That's because the people that were about to sponsor me, they were like, this is quite expensive, this is cheaper, and so they picked the cheaper one. Obviously the cheaper one still gives value, and so left to me, I would have actually loved to, you know, go to Florida. I really don't know how it would have looked like, but it's all how to do with expenses. I think when I checked that for Florida, then when I checked it, it was close to, or maybe more than like 30 million naira or so. Yeah, it was around that. So I had to pick the one that was a little bit cheaper. So that's it. This was quite helpful. Time to go to find a cadet program. That's what I want. That's the spirit I want, because that's what's important. Olumide Gideon, oh, it's now 18 million. The thing is that Gideon, it might be 18 million, but I want you to take into account that if you repeat exercises, if you have issues with your exams, you'll be paying extra. And also, you don't know if they consider accommodation and feeding. But for a place like NCAT too, you know they consider accommodation and feeding. Sometimes when you're looking at this costing, don't only look at the tuition fee, check what the tuition fee entails. That's what I advise people before you leave this country, Nigeria. Always make sure you check every single thing. Check what the tuition fee entails. Check if your accommodation and your feeding is there. Check if when you fail an exam, what's going to happen to you. Check if you repeat an exercise, what's going to happen, because these are some things I didn't know, and I'm thankful to God now that I know them, because probably I would have fallen into a trap of, okay, you started and you can't finish because probably there's not enough money to finish, that kind of stuff. So these are some things you should check. Welcome guys, I can see more persons are joining. You guys are super late. We are done practically with the topic, and if you've not liked this video, give this video a thumbs up. It's very, very important. If you've not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe. That's also very, very important. And if you have any questions, you can leave them. I'll quickly touch the questions before I go today. Okay, don't forget the question on whether a person can be disqualified. Thank you so much, because I already forgot that. Can a person be disqualified in NCAT for being slightly underweight? You should know that everything has to do with your BMI. If you're checked for a BMI and you're found to be underweight, I'm not an aviation medical examiner, so I can't tell if it's going to affect or not, but I don't think it's a good thing, because when I was doing my medical, I saw some persons that like we are all friends together, and I saw that, you know, we were showing ourselves our results. Oh, we are done with this phase. Oh, this one is fine. Oh, that one is fine. Thank God we are cleared and all that. And I saw where they were saying, I think in medical terms, something like the bones of somebody was fragile. I really don't know what that means, but I think then when I interpreted it, that was what it sounded like to me, like your bones or something, your diaphragm or something is fragile and all that. Anything that is not good is not good. So if you're not eating well now and you're underweight and you're thinking about it that, oh my God, what if I'm underweight? It's not good to be underweight, neither is it good to be overweight. But before you really see somebody that's underweight, it's kind of like, I think chances are kind of slim. But if you see someone that's overweight, you see that the problem is more. So it's not good to be on either of the sides. It's just good to be normal weight. But just watch it. I'm not an aviation medical examiner, so I can't say if you're going to be qualified or disqualified, but I think you don't want to go that line. Please don't spend money. You pay 25k for medicals. That's what I paid my time. After paying 25k for medicals and you now discover that you're disqualified, like, come on. Can you give advice on where to find how to find a program? Do you mean the Cadet program? If it's Cadet program, check online. You're going to see, just type Cadet programs. But like I said, start from your country. Also, you can go physically, because some of these things are not really advertised online, especially in your country. It depends. Just like someone is telling us now that Dana Air, Arik Air sponsor. Someone just told us here today, and I'm even surprised. Someone is telling me that Dana Air sponsored 45 pilots. I don't know about that, but obviously I didn't see that on the news, so I can't tell. But you can see that sometimes when they are selecting persons, these things are not open, but it happens. So it's an opportunity that you don't also look at online. You also go offline to like look for some of these things. So are you in Nigeria now? I'm in Nigeria anyways. Ahmed Shaibu, welcome. DJ, okay. Okay, if you guys want to reach me, you can send me an email. You can chat me up on Instagram, PrincessAnuTv. You can send me an email. These are 2 ways, or you can leave your comments in the comment section of this video. So guys, this will be all for today, and I want to say something in relation to medicals, and I think I posted it on my Instagram page today on PrincessAnuTv. And I was like, yes, you look handsome, you look beautiful, your shape is wonderful, you're nice, but don't settle there. Always try as much as possible to do something better for yourself. If you feel you're fit, work on being fitter. If you feel you're beautiful, work on being like more beautiful. If you feel you're handsome, work on being more handsome. Just make sure you are progressing. Make sure you're adding something to yourself every single day. Make sure you're looking better than you were yesterday, because it's always good that we will never have a better yesterday. That's one of the prayers you should be praying for yourself. So guys, that's all we have for today. I'm going to be seeing you guys tomorrow. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section so that it can tally to what we are going to be talking about tomorrow. So till we meet next time, guys, on this same channel, keep watching, keep liking, keep following, keep subscribing, keep chatting me up, keep sending me your emails. Come on, I'm going to like go on and on and on. But it's always nice like hearing from you guys, and I'm sincere about that. Like, look into my eyes. I'm like really sincere, guys, about that. And so thank you so much for being with me on this channel. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your data. I appreciate every single thing you do. So guys, see you tomorrow. Bye.